I'm Tyler.
And I'm Katie.
You're listening to Not-Stalgia, the podcast brought to you by memories of trying to stay up late when you were younger. Did you ever try to stay up late?
Not often. I feel like I just went to bed because that's what you were supposed to do.
You followed your bedtime like a good little.
My bedtime was 9 o'clock.
Kid.
That was it.
9 p.m.
Yeah.
From what age to what age?
Basically from age 4 to
18.
14.
Wow. I never had a strictly enforced bedtime that I can remember because I always had a TV in my bedroom, even at an inappropriately young age. We'll talk about later in this show's life. I know this show is already quite old, but I always wanted to touch on Nick at Night, which we'll talk about this in a future episode. I was disturbed to learn recently it started at like 8 p.m. In my mind, I was staying up quite late to watch Nick at Night, but it started at 8. One of my favorite things to stay up late and watch once I was a 11 to 12-year-old and later was...
From NBC Studios in New York, it's Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
Should you have been watching that as like an 11-year-old?
Yes.
Is it appropriate?
It's made for 11-year-olds.
Okay.
Is how I think you're going to see. We're going to see how we feel about it. So it didn't come on until after The Tonight Show, which The Tonight Show is 11:30 to 12:30. Conan's 12:30 to 1:30.
Well, no wonder your sleep hygiene's total shit.
Have you ever seen Late Night with Conan O'Brien?
You've made me watch some clips.
A few clips here and
Yeah.
there. So let's.
But I don't know like what different eras of Conan O'Brien
Right.
you've made me watch. Because we
Right.
got like sad Conan, you got like young Conan.
Who's
You got-
sad? Who's sad? Conan?
After that thing that happened with Jay Leno, I don't understand any of
Well,
it.
guess what?
Oh, great.
Today, Kate,
I'm going to learn.
and this episode, for listeners, it'll be one nice produced episode. For us, though, because there are so many different things I want to touch on, we are going to do this over multiple sessions.
Oh, good God, why?
Because there's just, I really, and you're not going to believe me when you're done watching all the stuff we're going to watch over the next few days for this, but I've really whittled this down to what I think is essential to give you the flavor of this whole era of Late Night with Conan. In too much research, nostalgia fashion, I feel like we can't talk about 1993 Conan without going a little further back and talking about the history of late night talk shows.
Sure, dive in.
Well, Kate, late night talk shows pretty much have been around as long as television because they are a descendant of radio variety shows.
Great.
The most famous radio variety show was the Pepsodent Show. I love when they name the show after the sponsor. It really makes me laugh.
Really
When
remarkable.
the sponsors don't exist anymore. Pepsodent was a toothpaste. The Pepsodent Show, hosted by Bob Hope, started in 1938, and they would do like comedy, music, they do talk. It was a variety show, do a little bit of everything. Which of course then spawned variety TV shows like the Ed Sullivan Show in 1948, which then kind of turns into or spawns this thing, the Late Night Talk Show, which the first ever one, I was surprised to learn, was hosted by a lady, Faye Emerson, the Faye Emerson Show in 1949. She was an actress.
Good for Faye.
And she interviewed people on her show. It was just interviews. It was not much of the other variety stuff. And it aired, I could not find the exact time, but it said after 10 p.m. So maybe that was different in different markets.
Yeah, and they had to put a lady on after
Late night.
after prime time, so
Well.
as not to give young girls ideas that they could do anything.
Correct. And prime time, as you mentioned, prime time is like 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, that kind of hour or two.
Yeah, it's like after you as a dad have had a couple of beers, but before you want to fall asleep on the couch.
And then the show that's going to lead directly to Conan eventually here is the Knickerbocker Beer Show, which was a late night talk show that started in 1953, hosted by a man named Steve Allen. And I don't know if Knickerbocker Beer backed out or if they just didn't want to call it the Knickerbocker Beer Show anymore, but it changed its name to the Steve Allen Show, and then, this was 1953, then in 1954 it changed its name again and called itself Tonight, with an exclamation point. Tonight, starring Steve Allen. And at that point it went from being what it started as, which was like a local New York show, to a national NBC show. So that's the Tonight Show. It
I have a
technically
question for
started
you.
in 1953. Yes, what's your question?
If you were to host a late night talk show, what would you call it?
It's a great question. Nostalgia. I'm going to tell you, because I'm such a weird kid and I've always been this way when I discover something I love. There was definitely an era when I was like 12 where I'm like, maybe I will host a late night show.
It could still happen.
It really could. I mean, we have a podcast. That's about as close as it's going to get.
Maybe. You know what I'd call mine?
What?
It is night, you punks.
Go to bed. Why are you still awake? So the format of The Tonight Show, which has been basically the same ever since, is this. Starts late at night, sometime around 11 or 11:30. It's changed over the years from 1953 to now, but it's still running, obviously.
Well,
There's an opening monologue of jokes. Usually they're kind of topical, based on the news. And this show would air every night from Monday to Friday as well, so they're pumping these out. They're making it every day. After the monologue, they're going to do some comedy maybe, like a sketch or some sort of bit. They're going to interview some guests. Sometimes the comedy would be like right there in the studio. Sometimes they might be pre-taped outside of the studio. And then usually there's a comedian or a musical guest at the very end to finish it out. Okay? The original version was 105 minutes. Eventually it gets down to 60 minutes like it is now. And here are the hosts of The Tonight Show. We have Steve Allen from when it started in 1953 to 1957. Then you get Jack Parr from 1957 to 1962. Then Johnny Carson from 1962 to 1992. Then Jay Leno from 1992 to 2009. I'm going to jump ahead in the story a little bit, and we'll get back to this another time. But then Conan, of course, Conan O'Brien from 2009 to 2010, poor guy. Jay Leno again from 2010 to 2014, and then from 2014 to now, which is 2021, to anyone listening in the future, Jimmy Fallon.
Here's a question.
Yes.
When you thought you would host your own late night show, would you practice your jokes?
No, not really.
So you just thought with no practice that you
Well-
would somehow be plucked from the milieu to host a late night show?
Conan kind of was. Well, no, I tried to look at, I honestly tried to look at these stories. You know, it's what you're supposed to do, right? You find someone who's doing something you like, right?
Sure.
Then you see what they did, and sometimes that's relevant, sometimes it's not. It's like you don't want to take the wrong lessons, like, I want to be rich, I'm going to drop out of college, like Steve Jobs. I would look at this, and like Conan's story, which we'll get to, it's like he's a Harvard-educated guy, he wrote for SNL, you know, it's like, I thought, well, I don't know if I want to do all that. Now we're going to pause the story for a minute and talk about David Letterman. What do you know about David Letterman?
I know that he is old now. So he has little round glasses, and now he has a beard.
That's true. Is that, like, that's it? That's what you know
I
about
know
him?
he was on late night
Okay, that's fair.
shows.
In 1969, a 22-year-old David Letterman began his television career as a weatherman and talk show host on a local Indianapolis TV affiliate. So he's from Indianapolis. And he got a lot of attention, like locally, because he would do weird comedy while reporting the weather, which sounds funny, but like pretty annoying, right?
I just want to know what the weather is, David.
Right. He's doing this.
Do I need an umbrella?
Starting at age 22 in 1969. And then in 1980, he got enough notoriety to get his own morning talk show on NBC. So now he's national. It's called The David Letterman Show. It lasted less than a year, but it was like critically adored, and he won 2 Emmys in less than a year. So it's like people thought it was really good, at least like people who like TV and are critical about it, but the general public, I guess, wasn't tuning in enough to keep it on. So in 1982, 2 years later, NBC gives Letterman, they give him a different show, a show that's going to air right after Johnny Carson's Tonight Show. So it's 1982, Johnny Carson's in the middle of his super long run on The Tonight Show, and they make a show called Late Night with David Letterman. Prior to that, The Tonight Show's follow-up was called The Tomorrow Show, hosted by Tom Snyder. So they're replacing that
I kind of
with...
liked that.
It's a good idea, right? But now they're doing Late Night with David Letterman, and it airs from 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. And Letterman's weirdo, unique comedy is a gigantic success. He gets this huge following, and it just seems like a good marriage for this weird late slot. Like, who's watching this, you know? It's
Total weirdos or little boys with not enough supervision.
Correct. College kids, people who work late jobs. You know, it is unusual, right? Maybe it's on TV if you, like, work at a hotel desk, you know, and you have a TV there. It's surreal. It's been described as, like, a postmodern version of the more sort of traditional Tonight Show. Letterman quickly becomes the heir apparent to Johnny Carson, because now Johnny Carson has had a really long run, and people are speculating when will he retire. And it seems obvious that David Letterman, who's in this slot right after him, will slide up and get that slot. And towards the end of Johnny Carson's run, he would go on vacation a lot and have guest hosts. Sometimes it's Letterman, sometimes it's Letterman's friend Jay Leno. Then what happened was there's this infamous conflict between David Letterman and Jay Leno, and like I said, they were friends because they were both in the comedy world at this time, they're similar age. But then Leno sort of snags the job, and there's a lot of weirdness surrounding this. There's this story that Leno supposedly hid in a closet at a meeting of the executives, so he could like later say exactly what they wanted to hear because he literally eavesdropped on them. And allegedly, Johnny Carson wanted Letterman, and NBC gave it to Leno against Carson's own wishes because, you know, he had no say. He's not the guy in charge, even though he's the host. To capitalize on this very public feud, CBS offered Letterman a show on their network that, for the first time, no one really had tried this before. They're going to make their own Tonight Show competitor. The Tonight Show was such an institution. No other network was like putting something against it. Because it's Johnny Carson that, you know, they know they're going to lose.
Yeah.
But CBS figures, look, they're switching from Carson to Leno in 1992. Maybe while that's new, we can bring Letterman over, have his own competing show. Maybe we'll steal some of that audience. And so they did it. So Letterman gets poached from his late night show, and he doesn't want to work for NBC anyway because he's bitter about not getting the Tonight Show. He starts a show called Late Show with David Letterman on CBS. Carson's gone, Leno's hosting the Tonight Show, Letterman's gone, late night needs a new host. That's where Conan comes into the story. Ready? Conan was born in Boston. He was the valedictorian of his high school class, and he attended Harvard, where he studied history and literature, so Conan is an intellectual guy, which is really important when you see how stupid his show is. Okay, he wrote for the Harvard Lampoon, which is the famous comedy magazine at Harvard that spun off into the National Lampoon. And after Conan graduates, because he liked working for the Harvard Lampoon so much, he decided to pursue comedy writing with his Harvard education.
Okay.
His writing partner, a guy named Greg Daniels, who later becomes famous as the creator of The Office and Parks and Rec, he and Conan were hired to write for SNL from 1987 to 1991. So Conan worked for Lorne Michaels on Saturday Night Live during that era. Then Conan gets kind of poached from SNL to go work for The Simpsons, the newly made Simpsons, which we're going to do episodes on in the future, from 91 to 1993. And then he gets pulled from The Simpsons because Lorne Michaels, who he knew at SNL, is the guy in charge of replacing Letterman on this late night show. And somehow, this story is told differently by everybody involved, but somehow Conan, who has no on-screen television experience, he's just a comedy writer, who famously was very entertaining in the writer's room but never had been on TV before, becomes the host of Late Night, replacing David Letterman in that show.
That's some big white guy energy.
It's very true. And he did have his experience with improv. He was in the Groundlings in the 80s.
Oh wow,
he did
good
that,
for him.
But
He took one improv class.
and then he becomes host of the show.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. He gets the job, but NBC is like, we have no faith in you. They had 7-week contracts there, so they could cancel him at any time. He had the sword hanging over his head the whole time. Conan says his pitch was if Letterman was the postmodern Tonight Show, he's going to be the postmodern Tonight Show, and it's going to be the weirdest, most surreal type of show. Like, they'd have fake guests. They do really oddball stuff. That was what he wanted to do. He didn't want to just do Letterman. He wanted to do something weirder and different than Letterman. His early writing staff are people who later become famous in their own right. Bob Odenkirk is one of his writers. Robert Smigel, who is the Triumph the Insult comic dog guy, and Louis C.K. I know Louis C.K. is a creepo, but famous comedy writer. He was part of this early staff before he was famous. He gets a sidekick. Conan gets a sidekick. Andy Richter, that's kind of his late night sidekick guy. His band leader is Max Weinberg, the drummer from Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band. So like legit credentials on, the band. Conan hosts this show from 1993 to 2009. In 2004, he was getting offers from other networks. And NBC, to keep him, they said, hey, if you stay for 5 more years, we'll give you The Tonight Show. The problem with this whole thing is Jay Leno was not planning to retire. They said that without telling him. And it's the classic. Jay Leno's connived his way into that and had NBC stab Johnny Carson and Letterman in the back to get the job, and then is shocked that in 2009 they're like, hey, you're retiring and Conan's taking your job, So he should have known. That's another drama for another night. Let's focus just on Conan's late night show before he gets into the night show, before he goes to TBS later. I want to tell you about my memories of Conan, and this is really specific. I don't know why I remember this. I can't remember normal things, but I remember this.
Do you remember, my name?
Who? Katie? I discovered Conan on June 13th, 2003. I know this because it was the last day of 5th grade for me. I looked this up the other day. I went on the Internet Archive and found the calendar from our middle school, and I was exercising my newfound summer freedom. Literally, I was in the last day of school that day, and that night I'm like, I'm staying up late.
Oh, and 5th grade was a tough year for you, so you were probably happy to be done.
That's right. I had a bad go with my 5th grade teacher. Good point. So I'm like, I'm staying up late. I'm gonna flip around TV and mess around, play video games, and watch TV tonight. So I stay up late to 12:30, which is unusually late for me. As I said, Nick at Night was 8 p.m. I flip through the channels and I land on Conan, who I've never seen before. How would you describe Conan physically?
He's just a tall, lanky bird person.
Right, hugely tall, bright red pompadour.
Bird person.
He's an interesting looking guy to be on TV, Land on Conan, he's interviewing Harrison Ford, and everyone knows Harrison Ford, I'd seen Star Wars and Indiana Jones. But I'm like, who is this gigantic red bird man interviewing Harrison Ford? What is this? And I'd never seen a late night talk show before, because I was in 5th grade, And we're going to watch this episode. Thank goodness. This episode of all episodes someone has it on YouTube. It's a miracle. Because they're not all, there's thousands of these episodes. They're not all available. I'm so happy this is on there. The YouTube channel Bobblehead Conan has this whole episode archived, and I can't believe it. As you're going to see, the interview is really weird. Harrison Ford's a funny interview, and it caught my attention, and then I was like, what is this? And learned Conan's on every weeknight. So I started getting involved. This turned out to be around Conan's 10th anniversary, because it's 2003. He started in 93. His 10th anniversary special came out later that year, which I bought on DVD and became Conan obsessed. Okay? It's a great era. Andy Richter is not there as a sidekick. We're going to watch this episode, so you won't see Andy. He had actually left to go strike out on his own. He came crawling back later. And just the thing that I think was so great about this to me, besides the just really weird humor, is I'd never seen somebody on TV like talking about the fact that they're on TV. There's always like something going wrong, and you see like the producer shaking his head to like cut to him. It's like this weird peek behind the scenes of television production that I don't think I'd ever thought about before. Like, I never thought about, how is TV made? Conan just seems to be having the most fun of his life doing this. And I had the best summer that year just watching Conan all the time.
Did you go outside like at all?
No, this isn't, I should not be outside at 12:30 to 1:30 at night. But no, I also, during the day, did not go outside. So we're going to watch a few things. Before we're done with this episode, this won't all be today, Kate, don't worry. But in the episode, it will be. We're going to watch the full June 13th, 2003 episode, which is Harrison Ford and Kelly Clarkson. Clarkson?
Yeah.
There's no T?
No.
We're going to watch the 10th anniversary special, which is, it's perfect because it has clips from the first 10 years. We're going to watch Conan Goes to Finland from 2006. We're going to watch a few clips of things that didn't make it in here. The Walker Texas Ranger lever, Conan's first HD broadcast. And I think that should give you the full flavor of the show so you can judge this fairly. This was a big part of my life from age, fifth grade, 11, 12, from age like 11 to 16.
I have some questions.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, it's a miracle you never became a late night host because you love to hear yourself talk.
Oh my God.
That's less of a question.
I did a
more
lot of
statement.
research. I'm sorry.
Number two, are you sure that you're not a late night host? Because number one, you love to hear yourself talk. Number two, you have a small sidekick. And number three,
people fall asleep listening to our show all the time.
I guess all we're missing is a little band leader.
Yeah.
If you want to be our band leader, go ahead and write in.
We're taking applications. I want you to pretend you're an 11-year-old boy. Do girls like Conan? All right, let's check this out.
I'm not going to speak for all women. I don't think this specific woman is going to like it, but maybe that's just me.
You know, I've known this for a while about you. I think a lot of people do, that you are a carpenter. You're actually a professional level quality carpenter.
Well, actually, not that much anymore. I mean, I'm an actor now.
You're kidding!
Oh.
Would I have seen anything that you've done?
No.
No.
No, not you.
Yeah, not me. They don't let me into those films.
This music would get me so hyped up when it would come on at night, because I'd be waiting.
Who is the John Pizzarelli trio? Because they're for sure not together anymore.
My dad promised to take me to Conan, but you had to be 16 to get in. So we waited for years and then never went.
That early 2000s suit is so bad.
And Conan, you've seen him in better suits. Conan looks good in a good suit.
Yeah, he looks nice in like a little slim cut suit. This is not that.
Oh, here's the string dance. Just imagine discovering this. Some New York humor, some 2003 New York humor.
Wow, great.
Oh, Conan is 43 here, in case you're wondering. He's a good-looking 43, right?
It looks like he's moisturized.
This topical humor is very bizarre to watch now. He's doing Mike Bloomberg, Mayor of New York jokes, Senator Trent Lott jokes, and the jokes are like just edgy enough sometimes for a 12-year-old.
All right, this monologue did not wow me in any way. And I don't think it was just because it was topical.
I'm going to be honest, Conan's not the greatest monologue artist in the world. And it's the first thing you see.
I like that this episode is just going to be you being a Conan apologist.
Oh, 100%.
And me saying, I don't know. I don't think this is really as great as you thought. You're a total Conan apologist.
The problem is, we're watching so many because Conan is very close to my heart, so it's tough to do these episodes. Because I can usually put up my bulletproof vest for most stuff because I don't care about it quite as much. Oh, wow. Kelly Clarkson is here promoting From Justin to Kelly.
God, that suit is boxy as hell. Look at it.
There's La Bamba playing the bongos.
He seems happy.
You'll learn more about La Bamba in the 10th anniversary show.
He's very small eyes. He's got like a big head face area.
Little tiny eyes.
Look at his little tiny eyes. It's like a scone with eyes. Look at him.
Now there's a professional audience stair climber.
Why would they... What? This is just a waste of time.
That's exactly right. Now he's doing a parody of 24. Very relevant. Remember 24?
What is the matter with you?
So funny.
My hatred of you is boundless.
Oh man, this is better than I remembered. All right, here's Harrison Ford. This is the moment that turned me into a Conan fan for life. Hollywood Homicide. You ever heard of that movie?
No.
Me neither.
I feel like that chair is awfully close to the desk, right?
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen much late night, but I feel like it's very close. Harrison Ford was old then. Why is he petting that chair? What's he doing in that chair?
It is rubbing the chair on him.
Harrison Ford's just, like, not going along with it, I feel
Right.
like. He's just a lot. Harrison Ford is cute here.
Yeah.
You know, he's just,
Look at
like,
his
the
little
right
smile.
kind of old. Conan's head looks like a Lego head. Look how square it is. Harrison Ford's low energy delivery here is sometimes what I give you, and I'm sorry. Does Harrison Ford have a blue blazer and black pants on also?
I can't tell. It might be the quality of this YouTube
Maybe.
bootleg.
I don't know if Kelly Clarkson knows exactly what's going on here.
She doesn't get Conan's jokes.
I don't think poor Kelly Clarkson was ready for this. She's like, what, 19?
I know.
She's confused.
She just had to follow that weird Harrison Ford interview.
Conan O'Brien's talking a little too fast.
It's actually really sad because she's like, so far in this interview, she's like, don't make me laugh. I look stupid when I laugh. And now she's like, I didn't like seeing myself in my movie because I looked big and weird. Poor Kelly Clarkson. Oh, the John Pizzarelli Trio's up next, Kate. Here you go.
I'm in for a treat. I know it.
So that's one episode. What do you think about one episode so far?
It's just weird energy. I don't know how to feel about
Very
it.
weird. Good. I'm glad you don't know yet.
I can see how you, as a strange 5th grade little chunk, would like it. But
just the strange dedication to the bit about the guy climbing the stairs that they revisited every commercial.
yes, I think this... I'm trying to put myself in your headspace. I feel like this reinforced your weirdness.
Definitely. I think my sense of humor in my life is
you were
strongly...
You were a weird little anti-establishment little dude, you know?
You've seen one full episode now, which clearly thrilled you. And now we're going to watch the 10th anniversary special. It aired on prime time, very unusual for Conan. It's like at 8 o'clock, you know, on September 14th, 2003. It's all his best stuff cut together in one beautiful theme.
Please enjoy some of our favorite highlights from the last 10 years.
When I first got this job, I came here to 30 Rock.
How did you get this job, by the way? Was it a theme writing contest? Or
Yes. Yes. Yeah. It was a what would I do with a talk show, and I was 4th. What about the more serious charge that you asked Monica Lewinsky to lie in her deposition?
I never, ever asked her to lie under deposition. I asked her to lie there in that position.
I've never seen so much counter space. Look, every kind of form.
That's cookie cutters.
This is to
Don't
make-
mess it up.
These are, are they in a certain order?
Well, you're messing up.
That makes you crazy, doesn't it?
Yep. The whole
This is honestly where Conan excels, when he's out of the studio. You didn't really get to see any of this in that episode.
These jokes aren't landing, but I can't tell.
Because you
if
don't know
it's
who David Lee Roth is.
Yeah, if it's because it's from the early 2000s or just maybe not good. Do you think his dance moves are ironically bad, or if he's just a bad dancer? Look at that balding man in a visor. These bits feel worn out already. This is the second thing I've watched.
Maybe he does the string dance every night.
It's a lot.
He dances for 10 minutes at the beginning of the show every night, basically.
Why? Why would they do that to us?
People love it. Look at this copious amounts of applause.
I don't approve of this amount of adulation. I don't like it. This is just too silly. And it's not like absurdist, it's just silly. There's a difference.
That's what I like about it.
Absurdist is atmospheric, silly is just a waste of time. Oh no, his hair. Ah, Steve Irwin, R.I.P.
Oh, I heard a chuckle at Conan cry singing to cats.
Listen,
Who
hasn't seen someone cry sing to cats?
I think this podcast needs some sort of like decibel chuckle detector.
I feel like Martha Stewart's chilled out much more now
It's true.
since her partnership with Snoop. This is just a clip show. That's silly.
What do you think of Will Ferrell's leprechaun costume?
I'm not sure how I feel about that. I guess it's appealing because you can just come on here and be silly. You're not going to get like a hard-hitting interview, you know? It's not like Terry Gross.
Right.
Terry Gross, though, she's the GOAT. We love Terry Gross in this home. Go ahead, listen to some Terry Gross interviews. Tell me she's not the best. All right, we get it. It was funny once, but like this is not that funny.
You know, like Will Ferrell reprising the leprechaun?
Tom Hanks, it's very young looking here.
Come on, what other late night talk show would dump a bunch of snow on Tom Hanks?
I want to be that granny.
Hey, look, your favorite, Jim Carrey.
Oh, Jim Carrey.
Is he too much even
Oh,
in
he's
this
just
interview
too much.
clip?
I feel like Jim Carrey needs to be brought down like 12 notches, you know, just to be tolerable.
Tranquilized.
I think he liked when Jennifer Garner told him off. You know, good for Martha. When someone says they've never lied to you, they probably have lied to you. I'm just saying. Oh, God, just what I needed. Jack Black trundling out onto the stage. Those pants look stained. It looks like he spilled food on them. Got really some eyebrows. Oh, he's so tiny.
Well,
or is he regular size?
I think compared to Conan, everyone's tiny.
I just want to stand next to Conan. If only to be like, sir, I don't think you're as funny as you think you are.
Sir, you're so silly.
There's a difference between being funny and being silly. Yeah, Mr. T laughing was the best part of this whole thing. Matt Lauer. I don't know if the clip show is like better or worse, right? Because the clip show is very confusing for me. Yes. I have not seen 10 years worth of this content. This just feels like a long series of inside jokes that I'm not privy to. That's just a plastic dog puppet. I don't like this little crass dog.
All right, you're 2 in. We just got one more full episode to watch, plus some clips. What'd you think of that 10th anniversary special?
I didn't like it that much, if you couldn't tell.
You hide it so well. Do you know that Conan now is kind of known for doing travel episodes?
Yeah, you made me watch the one where he was all weird in South Korea that one time.
We watched it for 10 minutes and then you said, I don't like this, and we turned it off,
Sure
right?
did.
So those are now called Conan Without Borders, and he goes to like a country and they do like a full episode basically in that country. The first time that he did that, before it had a name, was on the episode that aired March 10th, 2006. I think Conan's going to explain it in the beginning of the episode, but basically they realized for some reason that at the time, the president of Finland, I don't know her name, she looks kind of like Conan, or more Conan looks kind of like her. So they would do this bit about how Conan looks like the president of Finland all the time on the show, and American TV never talks about Finland, so when they saw this in Finland, it became like a huge deal in Finland, and it started like swaying the election in her favor. It was a whole thing. So they did a full episode to follow up on this joke where he goes to Finland because he has newfound popularity there. And we're gonna watch that episode now.
You have said you are like a god in Finland.
I did say I was a god in Finland, and maybe I got a little crazy in the head. I'm probably not a god here, but let's face it, big star in my country. When I came to Finland and I thought I'd be a big deal here, clearly, as we can see, that's not the case. But by the way, your show has all the charm of the Nuremberg trial.
So now we're 2 years after the 10th anniversary. Is it a good likeness?
It's not great. It's like when your dad says that you look like someone or I look like someone.
He does that all the time.
He does it all the time.
Never
and then
accurate.
he like shows us a picture and it's usually pretty insulting. And I can't tell if he's trolling me or not. All right, so they were super excited that he was here.
Yeah, for real.
I feel like when Conan walks, he doesn't walk, he like stalks.
He's a big man. He's got long legs.
If Conan showed up at my house, I wouldn't answer the door.
Well, if you wrote him a letter with lips.
I wouldn't. I would be like, no, go away, sir. Now Conan is calling this woman's friend because they're having like a fight. I like when these little children roast him.
Finnish children talk show hosts.
I do like looking at these reindeer. That's very nice.
I think you would do great if you got pulled by a dog sled.
Oh, I think I would do great on a dog sled. Absolutely. I would love to be on a dog sled. Yeah, I think I'd have a great time. Why have you never taken me on a dog sled? This was more enjoyable than the other ones so far, because I got to look at Finland, I got to see a reindeer.
Yeah, even the parts that weren't funny, at least you're looking at Finland.
He felt kind of like oddly subdued, which I didn't mind.
Because it was
like
so
he was
cold.
on his best behavior.
I think while he was meeting the president of Finland, you know. You've seen 3 full episodes, 2 episodes and a special.
Uh-huh.
We're just going to watch a small number of assorted clips of things we didn't necessarily cover in those.
How small is small?
3 to 4 clips.
Okay, I can do that.
First clip, the Walker Texas Ranger lever. Can you tell me what you know about Walker Texas Ranger?
I know it's Chuck Norris, and I know there's like an inordinate amount of kicking for Texas.
I don't know if Texas is his name.
No, aren't they in Texas? He's a Texas Ranger.
Oh, he's not. His name isn't Walker Texas?
No, Jesus. It's Walker, Texas Ranger. I know more about this than you do.
Here we go.
You brat.
This is from 2004.
The best thing about this merger is that Universal owns the USA Network, and the USA Network shows the program Walker, Texas Ranger. And they show it like 3 times a day, around the clock, they show that program. So, thanks to the NBC Universal merger, I can now show a Walker, Texas Ranger clip anytime I want for no reason at all. Yeah. It's pretty sweet. All I have to do is pull my Walker Texas Ranger lever right here. Let's give it a shot and see how it works.
Because there was a merger between NBC and other companies.
I've never seen a person who looks so much like a scone before I saw Conan O'Brien. Look, his eyes are like little raisins. Conan O'Brien. I'm funny. All right, so it's a bunch of Walker Texas Ranger clips out of context, but everything blows up. See, there's a lot of kicking, right? I think we should probably do an episode on Walker Texas Ranger.
I mean,
It's what I've learned.
It makes me
from
want to
this.
watch it. Yeah, I agree. I just appreciate the ingenuity of, this merger happens, and they've managed to kill, 10 minutes in this one episode with this nonsense.
This is like 2004 when he started moisturizing, I feel like.
He does look better.
He looks better now.
Also like the idea of an intern having to find all the clips from Walker Texas Ranger.
Is there only one promo pic from Walker Texas Ranger also? It's just Chuck Norris standing in a field.
And how you doing, little partner?
Fine. And it's little visitor now. Attaboyoli's how you say it in Cherokee.
Oh, well, pardon my French, but I'll be damned.
Walker told me I had AIDS.
Okay, so it's just a clip of Haley Joel Osment saying, Walker told me I have AIDS. And like cute little Haley Joel Osment,
Yeah.
not now
It's
Haley Joel Osment.
Sixth Sense. It's the clip that...
And it's very matter of fact. It's not like there's no emotion. He's like, Walker told me I have AIDS.
Next up, we have to watch an In the Year 2000. This is one of their most signature bits. This one is from 1997.
In my opinion, I think this is the most relevant time to look into the future.
The future, Conan?
That's right, contractual friend. Let us all look to the future. All the way to the year 2000. The urban dialect Ebonics will replace English as the nation's chief language. Instead of ending the inaugural oath with "So help me God," presidents will say, "Yo, God, don't play me, sucker."
Zero population growth will finally be achieved with the widespread use of a highly effective contraceptive, Michael Jordan cologne.
Andy looks like he would have very soft skin, doesn't he?
These Ebonics jokes aren't great.
Yeah, I don't think an Ebonics joke has aged well. This is dumb as shit.
You don't even like La Bamba going, "In the year 2000." Okay, this is from 2004 as well. This is Conan's all-time favorite bit they ever did, old-timey baseball. If this doesn't make you laugh, nothing will.
If you think the people playing 1864 baseball are intense, check out the people watching it. What does your father do here in the town in 1864?
He's a farmer.
Everyone's a farmer. That's all I keep hearing is farmer, farmer, farmer. Is anyone working in advertising or anything? What does your dad do in the town?
He's a tailor.
Oh, there you go. He's a tailor. He makes clothes for the farmer. And what about you?
He's a farmer.
Farmer? And your father?
My father's passed.
Sorry. That's a terrible reaction. Your father's dead.
Look at his little raisin eyes. All right, the only clip that I've enjoyed so far is the 1864 baseball. Yeah, you probably had diphtheria.
All right, Kate, you've now watched, 3 to 4 hours of Conan.
I can understand why you would think this was fun at like 11, 12 years old. It just, it didn't really do anything for me. Sorry.
I don't take it personally.
I
If you
know.
don't like a thing I don't like.
Yeah, it didn't really do anything for me. I think, for me, there's things that are like silly, and then there's things that are like absurdist, and they're different.
I love silly stuff.
I know you do.
You know you're married to a very silly
I know.
person.
I know.
Uh-oh. Sorry, I'm not absurdist.
I'm here to have a very important conversation with you.
Oh my god.
No, we're good. Somehow this whole marriage thing works. I don't understand it either. Don't ask too many questions. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't really do too much for me. I liked the old time baseball situation. I liked when they did the travel segments just because I got to see some different places.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of those,
And that's it.
Yeah, I didn't like it that much.
I don't like that.
On the other hand, for me, it all held up great. So if if you're listening and you remember this and you liked it, you could definitely go back and enjoy it. Like, it wasn't quite as good as it was to me back then. Like, I watched that 10th anniversary special so many times back then, over and over, and loved it. And it was fine, but it was funny, but it wasn't that good. All right, so look, now we know a thing we could have guessed from watching this for 5 minutes. Conan's not your thing. Maybe just no late night person is your thing too. I don't know. We have no other late night hosts to compare to.
I don't stay up late. I don't like the night.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this final piece we watched. It's 8:40 at night on a Friday, which is about as late as you stay up these days anyway. So this is as close as we're gonna get to. I was wondering if we had watched this after midnight, if it would have hit any different.
I don't think so.
But I haven't seen you awake past midnight. I haven't seen myself awake past midnight in a long time. We're in our 30s now, so those days are behind us. So it was not feasible to record at that hour. And honestly, I think you would have liked it even less.
Yeah, it's 8:40 and I'm exhausted.
All right, well, Kate, thank you for watching and putting up with so much Conan. Listeners, thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe to this podcast, please, on Apple Podcast or wherever you get your podcasts.
You can send us a voice message on the Anchor app.
Tell us what to watch.
If you want us to watch something that you like.
You can email us, notstalgia@aol.com. You can find us on social media or just go to www.notstalgia.org.
Show song, the part that's never on TV. I'm just wasting the studio audience's time now. Everybody wants to leave and go get a drink, but they can't, 'cause I'm singing a song that goes on and on. Sabaraba.
That was so long, I died. I came back to life.